welcome to the present. How are we doing this? A lot of people are very, very upset, rightly so, which I understand it. Even myself, I've just put myself together. I'm not happy with the result today. The performance and the result was not great. I'll even taken a bad performance and the result, but we did not have both. And it is what it is. Like, it is what it is. And we're going to discuss a lot within this frame. Guys, like the video, very important. Especially if you're watching a playback, guys, do me that kind of favor. It's very, very important for the algorithm and for this channel that you guys like the video. Please subscribe if you're new here and make sure you turn on your notification bell. One more time, like the video, very important. Subscribe if you're new here and make sure you turn on the notification bell. Very, very, very important. Like I say, is the project over? Because I'm seeing a lot of people not have their say. Shout out to you, Day Spring. Good evening to you. Like it I'm trying to be sensible and not overly react. Now, after 15 games, we are feeling down, disappointed. We didn't take advantage of the fact that Liverpool didn't play yesterday against Everton. It was an opportunity to narrow the gap, and we did not. And things could change by week 30. So as much as it looks very bleak, it looks like we've lost it, it looks like nothing's going on for us, things can change quickly. But at the same time, I want us to be very, very thoughtful. I want us to be very, very reasonable with our reactions. I am not saying your angers are not justified. They're very justified. Very, very justified. We did not play well today. The players, for me, did not do well. The manager will come to the manager, Arteta. I'm seeing Arteta. I was training this afternoon. I'm like, I see the reason. I'm not going to castigate. I'm not going to overly criticize those who want him out. At the same time, I am not on that bandwagon of Arteta out. There are a lot of things because, see, there's something we need to understand, guys. We need to be reasonable. You cannot legislate for the erroneous red card we received at the beginning of the season. You can call them and making excuses. Those are not excuses. The difference between excuses and reasons. Let's be sensible. I'm hoping people will come to listen to my channel. A lot of you, let's be reasonable. Let's not just jump to bandwagon. The red card against Brighton, come on, that was farcical. The red card against Bournemouth, we've seen similar situations with Chelsea and others, and those were not red cards, those were yellow cards. The red card against Manchester City, those were not things that we could legislate for. Those are 3 matches, potential 3 points. If I add those 3 matches together, 9 points. And if I add those 9 points, we won't be in the same situation we're talking about right now. We will not be in that situation right now objectively. Some of you called me, I'm excuse fetching. I'm not excuse fetching. I'm just giving you logical and sensible reasons, right? I understand Arteta's selection sometimes has been very, very funny. Like today, I'm like, I understand we have injuries. I understand you are trying to make things work, but I'd rather you play players in their rightful position. Partey is fantastic as a DM. You're in Timber, you get the best of him as a right back or as a right center half. Playing him to do a job as a left back, you are taking away his effectiveness. Like I see, Quarantine might not be part of Arteta's plans. I understand that. But he can do a job. Don't tell me he hasn't played in donkey years. He's not fit. No, he might not be match sharp. He could have played a lot of games for the under 21 to get himself into a rhythm. And he could do a job for today. Are you telling me, hypothetically, if he got some injuries during the match, he won't bring in Quarantine? Like, we can, as much as I like Arteta, I want him to succeed. I am not going to defend some of his poor decisions on the pitch, especially when he's selecting the players. No, play players in their rightful position, in the position of their strength. I am tired of the overly making things tactical. No, I'm not saying I'm a tactical, I'm the manager, but at the same time, I don't need to be a manager to see that some things he's doing are not just great for the team. They won't fetch us good results and good performances. The truth is the truth. It's not over. However, we need to be ruthless and go full head on if anything will come out of this season. Yes, it's not over, but at the same time, like I said the previous time, what are the guarantees we won't drop more points? That's my problem. See, it's not over. Great, academically, it's not over. But what are the guarantees we will not drop more points? The performance today was just as the result was like Fulham were there for the taking. The fact that we wasted the first half being pedestrian, being lethargic is not good enough. It's not good enough. We saw this pattern against Manchester United too, where we waste the first half. Football is 90 minutes. Play the game for 90 minutes. All this, you come out of the first half and play around, and second half, you up the tempo. It is not good enough. Arteta needs to strengthen the striker position. That position, he has not signed somebody that can see. People, when I push back on Gokari, people think I don't want a striker. No, I want Ishak. For me, that is a striker you can bring to the club and will take us to the next level. And for Arsenal signing a striker, but he has to be the right profile of striker. He has to be I'm tired of us signing players that will come in and might not do well. We need to go for the right players. I don't care how much they cost, but he has to be the right player. That's why I'm like, I'll wait for the right player. I don't care how much. Let's go for the right player and put all our stock in it. Not just buy a player that might come here and flop. No, I don't want that. So regarding the project, I'm saying a lot of people mock the project. What phase is the project? We're not playing like Stoke. It is falling that few days ago, most of these hypocritical Arsenal fans were celebrating 2 set pieces we scored against Manchester United. Suddenly, they are saying to the manager that we are playing like, come on, let's not do that. I am not saying it's unreasonable for you to call out the manager for the fact that the result was not great today. The performance, especially performing in the first half, was absolute rubbish. I don't believe what Arteta is saying that Gotte we didn't win, we deserve to win. There's no signs that we deserve to win that match. Fulham played low block. They dug in. And for me, Fulham deserved their draw. We did not play good enough to get a win today, in my personal opinion. Especially that diabolical first half. That's just facts. So I'm not going to fall for this word salad of Mikel Arteta telling us we deserve it. I'm not falling for that. I blame the player for not putting away the game with the chances we had. How many chances did we have in this game against Fulham? How many clear-cut chances? The weak effort from Kai Havertz was just pathetic. There were chances that I expect all the guys to shoot. What is wrong with the fact that our players don't even take their chance by shooting? Everything must not be the exquisite pass. Sometimes there's a chance for you to shoot and it could ricochet into the net. We don't shoot enough. And everything has to go through Saka's wing. Why do everything have to go through Saka's wing? We'll talk about Martinelli. Martinelli is finished. I have defended this lad for so much. He had a poor season last season, and you expect him to improve on his performance of this season. It looks like he's no more interested in football. You are seeing Martinelli run into 2 players. He's running into a blind alley. He wants to dribble by force. It's like he has taken a bet with somebody, whether the coach of Brazil, that he is better than Vinicius Jr. So he's trying to audition for something because it's not making sense. The choices of runs, the decision of Martinelli on the pitch in the last few games, I would say last few games, in the last 2 seasons, has been appalling. This player either has gone stale or is retrogressing. Martinelli and Jesus just looks like he's disinterested in football. You can't tell me it's the knee injury because he has been fit for a while. Jesus just looks so disinterested in football. Martinelli looks a shadow of Martinelli we saw 3 years ago that a lot of Arsenal fans were excited for. Now, if you look at the squad building at the beginning of the season, we did not expect these players to play this poorly. It's easy to right now to lash on Arteta and beat him with the stick of not preparing a good squad. No, the injuries we are suffering, the poor form of these players, nobody expected them to play this poorly, especially Jesus, Martinelli. We didn't expect them to play this poorly. We didn't expect Tomiyasu to go this long. We know Tomiyasu could be injury prone, but this long, Tomiyasu has only played 5 minutes after 14 games in this season. 5 freaking minutes. Nobody could have predicted that Tomiyasu would have played just 5 minutes in this season. Califri in and out of injury. People are saying we bought an injury-prone player. He played 30-something, almost the whole season for his previous club. So that's a lie. it's easy to have these twisted conversations because we are all angry and all agitated at this moment. Even though in anger, we need to still be reasonable and sensible. Moreno, I don't think it's a poor signing, but the team is playing poorly, so it's easy to write him off. And the manager is not helping situations. Now, how can you tell us you let go of Fabio Vieira and Smith Rowe to give Nwaneri chances when it was time to give Nwaneri playing chances? You did not. You kept shoehorning Trossard to do the creative duties of the team. That's hypocritical. That's from Arteta himself. So a lot is going wrong, and I understand people want him out, even though I don't subscribe to that thought that thought at the moment. But I understand why they're angry. I understand their frustrations. Because even though I still support Arteta at the moment, I'm looking at him with a side eye. This shoehorning players in different positions to accommodate certain players is not working. And nobody can tell me. I don't care how much of you're a self-proclaimed tactical. You can't tell me you expected Martinelli and Jesus to be this poor this season. They have been absolutely garbage this season. Martinelli, Jesus, and Zinchenko can't stay fit. He plays one game, is out for 3 weeks. The red cards, the injuries are substantial reasons. They're not excuses. I'm not trying to defend Arteta. I've criticized his decision-making and selection sometimes, but we can't take away the fact that the red cards we suffered for the poor officiating we suffered this season is out of Arteta's control. The injuries are out of Arteta's control. Injuries are part of the game, but these consistent injuries that we are suffering from these players, you cannot predict that. You cannot actually plan for that. That's not Arteta's fault. We can say Arteta selection sometimes can be very erroneous. I understand that, but based on the fact that Arteta is a manager that, if you study how he operates, if one of his key players is not available, he struggles to restructure the team in a certain way. Like for me today, I will have played Quarantania as a left back instead of trying to shoehorn. Even though he can do that job there, right? It's all play Timber there. I'll play Timber as his right back, passing in the middle will be more effective. Those guys will be more effective than at their natural position, instead of them playing on natural positions. Even though they can do a job, but they are optimal, they are more effective at their natural positions. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. So I'm in a dilemma. Is the project over right now? Like I said, after 15 games, it's easy for all our emotions to be bottled up. I'm saying it's over. Let's rip it apart. But guess what? This is football. As much as he looks like we cannot catch Liverpool, it looks like everything is over, things could change. That's why I say, as much as you're angry, which is justified, be sensible to understand that this is week 15. We still have how many more games? 15 minus 38. We still have at least 18 more games to go. 18 more games to go. More than 18 more games. Maybe 20 something more games to go. 23 more games to go. So let's calm down. I am not saying you are not within your rights to be angry. 23 more games to go, and a lot can change your football. Trust me, a lot can change your football. So I'm just stuck in a dilemma of how do I approach this thing? Because they are injured. See, the injuries are genuine reasons. They're not excuses. Aside from the goal we considered, I think the problem we had today was in the attack. Yeah, the problem was in the attack, which I understand was in the attack, but did we generate and create more chances in the attack? Because in the first half, we wasted it. We're not creating anything substantial or sustainable in the attack. We're just moving the ball. We're slow. We're pedestrian. And we saw the same pattern against Manchester United earlier in the week, where we are so slow and pedestrian. Until we conceded, suddenly we add some urgency. Must we concede before we add some urgency to our game? Will you be open to a signing a strike? Guy Day, shout out to I like this question. I see, just if you watch my video like last year, right? I like to be a reasonable person and logical person. I'm sorry, as much as it looks like we are desperate for a striker, and let me sound it out. I want a striker, but it has to be the right quality of striker. There is no way you are getting a top class, world class striker in January. Guys, let's stop deceiving ourselves. Sometimes let's be reasonable. Stop listening to people who gaslight you that is doable. Most of this, I'm not saying it's not doable, but most of the time it's not doable to get a world-class striker in January. No. It's at the summer you can get those kind of big deals done. I'm not saying it's impossible, but the probability is very slim. I don't think Ishak is going to move out of Newcastle in January. Even Gutierrez, you guys want. He's not going to move out of Sporting Lisbon in January because he's still in the Champions League. He's still scoring goals. He wants to have that economics, or he wants to have the plot of having those numbers to the end of the season. So why break it in mid-season and leave? I don't think it's going to work like that. Summer, definitely we need to actually direct our effort. In my personal opinion, my own choice will be for Ishak. Get a quality Premiership tested world-class striker. But this January, I don't think it's doable. I don't think. That's just me. I will be open to that, but I don't think it's doable. If we had a striker with different product to have, we could have. You see, sometimes it's easy to say he's a striker. Odegaard played today, and let's be fair, Odegaard wasn't that great today. Did he create one good chance for Kai Havertz? Kai Havertz should have done better. Kai Havertz was poor. Objectively, Kai Havertz was poor today too. But we are not creating chances in draws for the attack. Everything has to go through Saka all the time, which is crazy. Why are we not trying to go through the right, the left side where Trossard played in the predominantly before Martinelli came in today? There's a lot of malfunction in the team. We are too heavily reliant on Saka's part of the wing. What happened to the other side of the wing? Why are we not exploiting it? And I've been saying for a donkey years, and some of you call me an agenda merchant. Declan Rice today, apart from running and huffing and puffing, what did he do? What did he do? So some players within the team are just hiding. They are not just pulling their weight. That is why I want Partey to play his rightful position as a DM. Because even as a DM, he's a creative DM that makes Odegaard play well. I've been saying for a long time, it's easy for us to see Odegaard is so. I'm not saying Odegaard is not creative, but Partey brings out the best in Odegaard too. Just like Odegaard brings out the best in Partey. There's a few times where we need to sustain the pressure in front of them. I'm seeing Declan Rice pull the ball, pass it back. Why are you passing it backwards? What is wrong with you? So it's easy to join the bandwagon right now that or when the emotions are high to rip off the project. Oh, it's a total failure. I don't think it's a total failure. It's 15 games. We have 23 more games to go. So calm down. Am I saying we're going to win the league? I'm not saying so, but at the same time, come on, a lot of things can happen within the next 23 games to go. If we don't win the league, maybe the Champions League, maybe the FA Cup, but we can't just write off the season because we are upset that we've derailed, I've not taken advantage of closing the gap on Liverpool. I'm not saying you shouldn't be upset. It's within your right to be upset, but don't totally write off the season. And there are players in this team who have been absolutely disgraceful. Jesus, I'm so appalled. Extremely disappointed in Jesus. You're telling me a knee injury totally derailed your interest in football? Like Jesus has lost his appetite to play football. Is that Arteta's fault? Are you going to blame Arteta on the fact that Jesus is misfiring on a diabolical level? Are you going to blame Arteta for Martinelli misfiring on a diabolical level? Because it's easy for us to look for scapegoats all the time. But some of these players are just overtly pathetic. I mean, overtly pathetic. They're not pulling their weight. And the injuries, can we just can the injuries just stop? I'm going to say Gabriel Magalhaes is injury prone. No, for the last two seasons, Gabriel has been a stonewall in our defense. But unfortunately, the last two games, he has been missing in action. So there are things that Arteta can't control too. We can blame Arteta for certain things, but there are things that is happening within the squad that Arteta cannot control. And the players coming in for these players, Kivio, I've been saying for a long time, I'm not saying Kivio is a horrible player, but I don't trust him to play more than a few games. Can he do a job for 1 or 2 games? Yeah, but if we have to play Kivio for 5, 6 games, we're in trouble. We saw it today. He's not commanding. He's not strong. He's not slow, but he's not the quickest. Like, the players who are in the squad, who should be actually be helping us, are not even pulling their weight. We're almost healthy throughout last season, so we can't complain about injuries. No, come on, we know the usual suspect. Zinchenko was always injured last season, right? Who we missed party for most of the season last season, so you cannot say we're almost healthy. I talk about key players, influential players in the squad. Partey was not healthy last season. Timber missed out the whole of the season with that ACL. So you can't say we're almost healthy last season. If Timber and Partey were fit last season, I'm 90% sure we win the league. If Timber and Partey were fit last season, I am 90% sure we win the league. Because that game that we lost to Aston Villa due to the clumsiness of Zinchenko, Timber will have stopped the concession of that goal. And we have Partey playing the way he's playing this season, last season, we have a few more points. So we have two influential players that were missing through injuries last season. So this injury scourge has been with us for a few years, unfortunately, two key players. That's why I always say, as much as you are always building this squad, you need to pray for the luck of injuries to your key players. There are some key players. We are seeing with City, with Rodri, there are some key players that you need them fit for you to win stuff. I'm sorry, from Real Madrid, they needed Ronaldo to be fit for them to win the 3 Champions League they won. When Barcelona was striving, needed Messi fit to win the trophies they were winning. Those players have to be there. It is what it is. Unfortunately, we've been unlucky, and it'll be part of one part of the problem too. Will be self-sabotaging ourselves sometimes. So that's why it's a dilemma for me. It's an extreme dilemma. That how do you look at this thing without? Because it's easy to always say, "Oh, Arteta out, Arteta out." That's for me extremely simplistic and lazy. Even though I'm not bashing those people, but look at the injuries, look at the red cards we've had this season. Is that Arteta's fault? If we had Gabriel play instead of Kivio today, we win that game. Do you guys agree with me? Do you agree with me that if Gabriel played instead of Kivio, win that game? If Calafuri played left back instead of Timber and Timber play right back today, we win that game. We beat Fulham. And Partey plays as a 6. We do better. So the injury talk is not an excuse. It's a valid reason. It's a valid reason. That's why but injuries are part of the game. Yes, but look at the scores of injuries we are having, the accumulation of injuries. Tomiyasu out, Ben White out, Calafuri out, Gabriel out. Now, those 4 players will walk into most teams in Premier League. The 4 players I just mentioned, Ben White, Calafuri, Gabriel Magalhaes, Tomiyasu, they will walk into most teams. Starting 11 for in English Premiership, but those players are out. So it is what it is. 4 quality players, 4 top class players, borderline world class players in terms of Gabriel Magalhaes. Come on, a lot of teams will take Ben White. Even Tomiyasu is injury pro, but you know the quality he has when he's fit. Can play across the back 4 and he will give you easily 8 over 10 in most of his performances. So it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I didn't watch the match, but from the highlight, they only troubled our backline once or twice. Yeah, definitely. But even though they only troubled us once and they scored from it, what did we do with the possession? See, I do not subscribe to just having needless possession. What did we do with the possession we had, especially in the first half? We were just passive. We didn't create anything substantial or anything threatening to their backline, even though we had this possession. What did we do? So we just have to do a bit more. We just have to do a bit more. I'm just pissed. I am very pissed, but it is what it is. It is what it is. All our appeal to the sensible Arsenal fans is that let me finish this one. So it's just our attack, not our defense. No. You see, don't simplify it by trying to see. You are pushing an agenda and narrative. You are claiming our attack. Okay, how many chances did our attack miss? Let's follow that. Let's follow that thought process. How many chances did they create for our attack that were missing chances? Because in our attack today, we had Kai Havertz, Saka, Trossard. Then the second half, Martinelli came. How many chances were we create for this attack that you are so keen on is our attack? Chelsea were 2 goals down. Say let's not play those games. Like let's put Chelsea in one basket, right? We're talking about Arsenal. Let's not compare oranges and lemons. Let's compare lemons to lemons, oranges to oranges. Come on, let's not do that. How many chances did we create for our attack? Let's say they were missing chances. I understand. How many chances did we create for our attack? So come on, let's do the right thing. Come on, like even the Ishak I want from Newcastle. Yeah, there have been times that Ishak misses chances. He doesn't score every single chance. Does he score more chances than Kai Havertz or our striker? Definitely. Does he miss chances? Yes. See, let's not exaggerate the importance of something because we are at the moment we are feeling some type of way. Let's not do that. So we have 12 shots, only 4 on targets. That's why. See, did you watch the game? Don't. I don't like people reeling stats to me without watching the game. You can have 12 shots and 12 on target, and those 12 shots on target were feeble shots, were not non-threatening shots. So don't reel stats for me without watching the game. Watch the game. So that's why I always tell people, watch the game so you can understand the statistics before you. Don't just look at statistics and say, oh, we have 15 shots. No. Football doesn't work like that. It's borderline low IQ to just look at stats without watching the game so you can marry both information and make a healthy and sensible appraisal of what you're looking at. Yeah, you're kind of right. Fulham were not the greatest. I won't say I think it's a bit of a stretch to call Fulham awful. They were playing low block. Fulham were defensive. I won't say they were awful. We were the better team. We held the ball. But what did we create with the ball? First half, we wasted it. Second half, we upped the tempo. But we're not incisive enough. We did not do something great with it. Unfortunately, I scheduled this live for just 30 minutes. Maybe tomorrow I'll do on that live. I'll invite you. Today I just scheduled for a 30 minutes quick chat. That's why I'll try to invite you. Next time, I will invite you. So what I'm saying is that how many chances did you create? Clear-cut chances. Aside from the chance Kaiva dragged wide, which I can say the clear-cut chances, how many other chances did you create? The offside goal that was disallowed. How many chances did you create? Nothing much. So it's easy to always say, oh, it's the attack. It will be the attack. If we are creating scores of chances and we are missing them, then you can say the attack. But if you're not creating scores of chances and you're blaming the attack, it doesn't make no sense. It does not make no sense if you are blaming the attack and you're not creating chances for them. Now, if you're creating chances for them and they are missing chances, then we can blame the attack. We are not creating scores of chances. We are not. That is why we can see us relying on set pieces sometimes. Because we're not creating clear-cut chances in droves. Because Martinelli is not playing well. Trossard had an so game today. Saka, not the greatest of game, but in comparison to Trossard and Martinelli, Saka looks like Ronaldo. He played well. in context. So it's not. It's easy to sell City as I love Martin Odegaard. He's our creative hub, but was he the greatest Martin Odegaard today? No. Like I said, Martin sometimes can have some poor games, but because he's our only creative outlet, we overly exaggerate it. And I think Martin would have done better if Partey was playing in a DM position with him. But no, we put Partey as a right back because Mikel Arteta sometimes is overly trying to tinker with the team. When sometimes just go with the elementary way of playing, of doing these things. But it is what it is. So if you're watching this on the playback, please like the video. Please subscribe if you're new here. Make sure you turn on your notification bell, and I appreciate that. Guys, my takeaway from this game, as much as a lot of people are angry and Arteta out is trending, is game week 15. It looks bleak, doesn't look great, but it's not enough to write off the whole season. I'm not saying we're going to win the league. If we don't win the league, we win the Champions League, that's a good compensation. The FA Cup and the Carling Cup, good compensation. At least let's win something. But at this moment, you are within your right to be observe the performance and the result. But right now, the season, that's a stretch. There's nothing we can do right now. People are hoping we can sign some players in January. I do not see. I will not push you into false hope. I don't see it happening. Summer definitely, because most teams won't do quality business in January. That's just the fact. You don't want to do quality business in January. It is what it is. So let's see. Like Mohamed just said, it's only December. Exactly. 15 games, 23 more games to go. As much as it doesn't look great, Liverpool looks like they will have all the advantage. A lot can happen in 23 games. Trust me, a lot can happen. So guys, like the video, subscribe. Shout out to Dayspring. Even though we have some what I'll call football disagreement. It's fair. We don't have to agree to everything. It's fair. Shout out to you. Shout out to Mohammed for making it interactive. I should be back for another live session tomorrow, and hopefully I can invite Dayspring to come on and have his say, and we can go back and forth respectfully. So shout out to everybody that's made this live very interesting. Like the video on your way out, subscribe, and make sure you turn on your notification bell. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.